Sitting in for Bob Wilson will be Larry Huber tonight. Oh, please.
Thank you.
Like riding a bike. Hey, go.
Next month,
Special,
meetings,
the regular meeting on the 9th,
regular meeting?
and then the special meeting. We're gonna be.
All right, I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting of the October 19th Planning Commission to order. We'll start off with our roll call.
Chair Wilson.
Here.
Vice Chair Kurth.
Here.
Commissioner Huber.
Here.
Commissioner Porter.
Here.
Commissioner Dew.
Present.
Thank you.
If you would please rise for the invocation and pledge of allegiance led by Commissioner Dew and Commissioner Kurth.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Thank you. Okay, our first order of business tonight is the approval of minutes from our September 14th, 2016 meeting.
Move to approve.
Second. Take your pick.
All right, so I have a motion by Vice Chair Kurth, a second by Commissioner Huber to approve the minutes of the September 14th regular meeting of the Planning Commission. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes have been approved.
As a matter of housekeeping, if you wish to speak to an item before the Planning Commission this evening, if you'd please fill out a white card and give it to the Secretary, I would appreciate it. All right, agenda item number 1.
Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 1, PLN 1612 is an infill tentative track map to allow for the creation of 8 residential lots from one existing 2.5 acre parcel with an environmental exemption. It's located west of and abutting Amber Point Drive and Wildwind Point. Staff recommends approval.
All right. I would go ahead and open up public comment for agenda item number 1. If there's anyone wishing to speak to this item. All right, seeing none, I'll go ahead and close public comment and bring it back to the commission.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move for that we find that the project categorically exempt under CEQA, Section 15332, because it's an infill development project, and adopt Resolution P16037, approving this case.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Porter, a second by Vice Chair Kurth to approve this item as conditioned. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That project has been approved.
And moving on to agenda item number 2.
Yes, Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 2. Staff is recommending a continuance of PLN 16023 to the November 9th, 2016 Planning Commission meeting. This will allow time to obtain a finding of public convenience and necessity, and staff has already initiated that process, and we plan to bring it forward November 9th for approval. Thank you.
Is there anyone wishing to speak to agenda item number 2? Seeing none, I'll go ahead and close public comment and make a motion to continue this item to our November 9th, 2016 meeting.
Second.
Motion by Chair Wilson, a second by Commissioner Porter to continue this item to the November 9th meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That'll be continued to November 9th.
And agenda item number 3.
Thank you, Chair Wilson. Item number 3 is case PLN 16-24. It is a site plan and conditional use permit with an environmental exemption to allow for the addition of an approximately 5,000 square foot warehouse building to an existing commercial operation on a property zone C1 on property located at 15400 Village Drive. The proposed project was inadvertently advertised. It's still at an incomplete status. There's a number of items that still need to be submitted by the applicant. Therefore, we recommend that you open the public hearing and continue this item to the November 9th hearing.
I will go ahead and open up public comment for agenda item number 3. Anyone wishing to speak to this item?
I'm a representative for Steno Design Studio. I'm glad that you are continuing the item to that date because Mr. Steno is on vacation at the moment. So he's not here to clarify any questions that anybody would have on this item. So I'll just take note, November 9th, and then thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Anyone else wishing to speak to this item? Seeing none, I will go ahead and close public comment and make a recommendation to continue this item to our November 9th, 2016 meeting.
Second.
I have a motion by Chair Wilson, a second by Commissioner Huber to continue item number 3 to the November 9th Planning Commission meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That will be continued to November 9th.
And moving to agenda item number 4.
Thank you, Chair Wilson. Item number 4 is DEV 15-8. It is a municipal code amendment with an environmental exemption to establish new development criteria for residential specific plans and plan unit developments. This would apply citywide to future specific plans and PUDs. This topic has been around for about a year now. We've gone through some workshops and a mobile workshop where we toured some of the other master plan communities in Southern California. We've worked closely with the building industry on creating some standards that are based off of required amenities based off of lot size, lot count, and also dictating a percentage of open space required for these type of plans that typically have lots smaller than our standard 7,200 square foot lots. We do have an add-on, which is a letter from Carlos Rodriguez from the building industry in support of this amendment. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission open the public hearing, and staff fully supports the proposal as presented to you. And we also recommend that you state to the City Council that it's our intent to apply these standards, if approved, to existing PUDs and specific plans that have not completely built out within the city. And we're available if you have any questions.
Very good. Any questions for staff? All right. I would like to go ahead then and open up public comment for agenda item number 4. If there's anyone wishing to speak to agenda item number 4.
How's everybody?
Good. How are you doing?
Okay. Am I in the right place for the
Item?
property? For Number Point?
We've already...
Oh.
That was agenda item number 1. We've already heard that one.
You already heard it?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything I need to know?
It was approved.
Okay.
Questions you probably can talk with
Okay.
sir afterwards.
Can I talk to her now or?
If you could wait till after the meeting, we'll be done.
Okay.
Should be.
Okay. Thank you. This is my first one here, so thank you.
Problem, no problem. All right, going back. If there's anyone wishing to speak to agenda item number 4, your timing is impeccable.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I applaud you on your efficiency. You are far more efficient than the 15 freeway right now, so thank you. I just wanted to comment on agenda item number 4, the specific plan and PUD amendments. We've been working with staff and yourselves for a short 10, 12 months now. And what's before you today is a collaborative effort between the BIA members and the staff on establishing, really, we think, good guidelines for specific plans and plan unit developments. So we're in full support of the amendments, and we'll be working with staff to, once they're approved, hopefully, to work on implementation and to see how they go when we test them out in the real world, really. But as they're before you now, the BIA is fully supportive of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Gordon. Anyone else wishing to speak to agenda item number 4? All right, seeing none, I will bring that back to the commission and close public comment.
Chairman Wilson, I recommend that the City Council find the code amendment exempt pursuant to Section 15061B3 of the CEQA and adopt Resolution P-16-008 attached A, and recommend City Council approve of the Municipal Code Amendment Case Number DEV 15-0008, which establishes new development criteria for residential specific plans and plan unit development, and recommend the City Council consent to allowing the Plan Commission to continue with the re-examination possible amendment proceeding to existing standards of undevelopment PUDs and specific plans to ensure these existing plans comply with the subject Municipal Code Amendment Case Number DEV 15-00008.
I'll go ahead and second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Huber, a second by Chair Wilson to approve DEV 15-00008, recommending approval to the City Council. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That will be heard by City Council. We can get it advertised and on their agenda.
Sometime in November.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, on this item, I'm glad we've got it through the Planning Commission step. I know it's been a long time coming. When I first got on this commission, there was always seemed to be random discussion about, well, how do we handle PUDs as the rest of the city? And it's a long time coming. I just wanted to thank the staff and the BIA and some of the other industry folks that really got involved in this. It seems to make a lot of sense, and involved in inviting on some tours, which I learned a lot. So thank you all.
I agree. Okay, moving on to agenda item number 5.
Thank you, Chairman Wilson. Item number 5 is DEV 16-4. It is various amendments to Title 16 of the Victorville Municipal Code, including but not limited to administration, building codes, definitions, development standards, permitted and conditional uses, off-street parking, nuisances, and assorted corrections updates with an environmental exemption. This applies citywide. You may recall this item was originally before you at your September 14th meeting. Since then, we've had discussions with our city attorney. It was their recommendation that we remove the animal control portion and keep that in Title VII. That will actually be revised at some time in the future. But before you today, it's mainly a code cleanup where we clarify some of our terms. There's been some minor changes, but it's split into 2 parts. The Resolution 34 addresses planning and code nuisance issues, and then 35 is standard building code updates, the state mandates we do. So these are just periodic updates that the building department has to include in our municipal code. There's an add-on that we've included for your consideration where we'd like to add a graphic to further clarify the difference between a building setback and usable yard area. So that's for your consideration. And we've also put a different proposal for how to address the height and location of accessory structures. Your packet had those limited to 7 feet and not located within the side yard area. We've since revised that to allow structures not in excess of 7 feet within the side and rear yard area. If they exceed 7 feet, they would need to be set back 5 feet from the side and rear property lines. If they exceed 10 feet, they would need to be compliant with the primary structure building setbacks. There are some various numerous code changes in here that are just minor in nature. I don't want to go through all of them, but we're available if you have questions, and we recommend that you send this to the City Council with a recommendation of approval.
Just one question. I see that between 7 and 10 feet, would that, if it was, the height was between those heights, would it require a building permit?
Only if it goes over 120 square feet.
So a 10 by 10 standard shed from Lowe's would be fine.
Correct.
All right, any other questions for staff? All right, seeing none, I will go ahead and open up public comment for agenda item number 5. Anyone wishing to speak to agenda item number 5? All right, seeing none, I will bring that back to the Planning Commission.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to go ahead and make the motion to recommend that the City Council find the code amendment exempt pursuant to Section 15061B3 of CEQA and adopt resolution number P-16-034 and P-16-035 along with the add-on items we received today, dated October 19th, 2016, recommending City Council approval of the development case 16-00004.
Second.
A motion by Vice Chair Kurth, a second by Commissioner Porter, to recommend City Council approval of DEV 16-0004, including the add-ons received this evening. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That will be scheduled for City Council. Thank you.
All right. In compliance with the Brown Act, it is necessary for the Planning Commission to make available time for members of the public to address the Planning Commission on items of interest that fall within the Planning Commission's subject matter jurisdiction. Please limit the time length of your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone that wishes to address the Planning Commission? All right, seeing none, I will go ahead and close that, and there's now a presentation of reports by Planning Commission members. Reporter? Commissioner Kurth? Commissioner Huber?
I have nothing.
Commissioner Dew?
Nothing.
And I have nothing myself, so I will go ahead and close this meeting of the Planning Commission. Beautiful. Yeah.